Hello and welcome to another SkaredCast tactical video. Today we continue our Harlequin series with a take and look at the Shadowseer. Let's begin. Hello and welcome to another tactical video. Today we continue our look at the Harlequin Codex with a look at the Shadowseer, which is the main psychic caster for the Harlequin army. Now, check the links down below for all the tactical videos, as well as the Patreon page if you'd like to support the channel. And let's dive right in. So, as always, it's divided into two sections. First, I talk about the Shadowseer, what it is and what you can expect, and secondly, how to fit it in to an army. Now, I'm going to try something a little different in this tactical video. At the end of me kind of explaining what the Shadowseer is, I'm going to go into more of a tactical corner and a tactical analysis where there'll be a voiceover, talking about the Shadowseer, different builds, things like that as well. So stay tuned for the entire video and let me know what you think of the new format down below in the comments. I'm Skari, your grateful host. Let's get started. The Shadowseer. Illusion, misdirection, and terror whirl about the Shadowseer like a psychic tempest. With a subtle twist of the mind, these warrior mystics can erase the memory of the Harlequins from their enemies' thoughts, clouding their perceptions with confusion and horror. It is child's play for Shadowseers to bind their victims within the twists of their own minds, engaging them in one-sided psychic duels, or tricking their bodies into stopping hearts and choking off breath. Wherever the Shadowseer treads the battlefield, shards of illusory light and shadow blind the foe, while clouds of hallucinogenic gas send them into paroxysms of terror or bewildered joy. Discipline collapses, replaced by a bedlam of screams, gibbering, and panicked, aimless gunfire. Warriors stagger drunkenly, slashing their blades at phantom foes. Through all strides the Shadowseer, an island of sinister calm amid a raging ocean of madness. Robes swirling as their faceless mask reflects naught but the emptiness of the void. A Shadowseer. So, remember Harlequins are like the, playwrights of the Eldar race. So Shadowseers are pretty much like the special effects artists. They do like smoke and shadows and hallucinogens and stuff like that. But in battle, they get kind of cool. Remember, battle is like an art form to the Harlequins. Okay, so a Shadowseer, weapon skill 6, so very good weapon skill. Ballistic skill 4, decent ballistic skill. Strength and toughness 3, like any Eldar. 2 wounds, initiative 7, so very high initiative. 3 attacks and leadership 10, with no armor save. He is a character that is independent. So, as for Harlequin characters, that's what you can expect. Relatively cheap at 60 points per model. And you get a Mastery Level 1 Psyker with War Gear. So, Holo Suit, 5+ invulnerable save. Hallucinogen Grenade Launcher. Now, this is a weapon. It's a shooting attack weapon. I really, really like the Hallucinogen Grenade Launcher. It's an 18-inch range, Strength 1, Blast, Assault 1 weapon that has a special rule called Hallucinogenic. So, at the end of the shooting phase, a unit that has suffered 1 or more hits from this weapon, doesn't have to wound, it just hits, must take a pinning test. If the test is failed, then in addition to being pinned, The unit suffers a single wound with no armor or cover saves allowed, and this wound is randomly allocated. Awesome. Now, this will be apparent in the tactical corner because you combine this with some negative leadership modifiers through Coven units, through the Armor of Misery, or through the Mask of Secrets, which is a special gear in here, and you're looking, or even like a Hemlock Wraith Fighter from the Eldar book, you're looking at, being able to actively pin enemy units and really do some extra damage, which is really cool. They also come with a Shuriken pistol, very basic Eldar pistol, a Mist Staff. So a Mist Staff is a melee weapon that is +2 strength, so it becomes strength 5 in combat. AP dash, it is melee and fleshbane, so really good against gargantuan creatures, monstrous creatures. And it is concussive, so if it gets that wound in there, kind of like stuns them, which is pretty cool. And flip belt. So a flip belt means that they just ignore terrain when charging, moving. You just pretend like terrain isn't there. It's pretty cool. Special rules: Fear, Fleet, Furious Charge, Hit and Run. Those are the main 4 Harlequin special rules. Independent character, Psyker, Mastery level 1. So what are the options? Now, Shadowseers can generate powers from Phantasmacy, which is specific Harlequin psychic power discipline. Demonology Santic, so if you're playing against demons, that can be useful. And Telepathy, so Psychic Shriek, Invisibility, that's one of the more competitive psychic levels. Now, Phantasmacy is really cool, and I'll be talking a little about the powers in the tactical breakdown of the actual unit. But with these 3 different options, you can really kind of pick and choose what the Shadowseer can use. So make sure you know what is in each discipline, look at your opponent, and then pick and choose, what disciplines you'd like to roll on, depending on what you want to achieve with your Shadowseer. Now, it can be upgraded to a Mastery level 2 for an extra 25 points. So 85 points, level 2 Psyker, leadership 10, pretty decent. Can have a Neurodisruptor pistol, which is like an AP2 Fleshbane pistol, at 10 points. Personally, never use it. Some people like it. Can take Haywire Grenades for 5 points. That's a decent option, especially if you lack anti-tank, and it's a 5-point Haywire Grenade, so it's not bad. Can be thrown, can be used in assault. So, if you're really lacking some anti-tank, it can be useful. And it can take 1 item from the Enigmas of the Black Library. Now, if you were to go with any item, I'd go for the Mask of Secrets, -2 leadership to all enemy units within 12 inches. Okay, so that is it in terms of the Shadowseer. It's a very basic Psyker. So, how to use him in allies, how to, mix and match, what kind of powers to use. We're going to go through that in the tactical breakdown. I hope you really enjoyed it. Let me know what you think down below. Check the links, the Patreon page if you like to support the channel, etc. And stay tuned for more tactical content. This is Skari, your grateful host, and on to the tactical breakdown. Welcome to Tactical Breakdown for the Spirit Seer of the Harlequins. These are some pictures from the Barrie Bash, which was a big tournament in Barrie, Ontario, Canada. So the Spirit Seer itself, I like to roll at least once on Phantasmacy, which is their own psychic discipline, to try and get the Mirror of Minds, which is a fantastic power. Now, I use them a lot in a freak show. So war gear wise, I give my Spirit Seer a Mask of Secrets, which is a -2 leadership bubble within 12 inches, and a Fearless. Now, this really helps with things like Psychic Shriek and Mirror of Minds and other leadership-based attacks. So I highly recommend this build for any sort of damage-dealing Spirit Seer. Do remember that they also have the grenade launcher was a hallucinogenic grenade launcher. So you want to make sure that you're getting close to pin enemy units and do as much damage with either Psychic Shriek or some of the damage-dealing combinations. Now, I like taking him the hero's path because it means that you can go by himself. If so, buy him a dedicated transport so you can fly around and shriek stuff, all in all.
Make sure you leave a comment down below. Let me know what your favorite combination for a Shadowseer is and what you'd like to see in terms of us using it in the future on the channel. What kind of units it works best with, and if you have or have not used a Shadowseer in your games. This is Skar, your grateful host. Thanks a lot for tuning in to this Tactical Corner, and let me know what you think of the new format. I'd really like to know if it's something you'd like me to continue. Skari, out.